Almost done.
Okay. Almost fully set up here. We are up on Twitch and YouTube. Good, I'm glad you can hear me. Okay, let's switch over to game. Let me get the Steam event up. Yes, the many stream chicken noises. That's how you know we're playing. Okay, there's the event. So let's go ahead and switch over to live. Hi there, everybody. Okay, so we're just getting started here. This is our kind of starting base here. Each of us have our own creatures to start with. We built this base. This is a small house in the treadmill workshop. We are just a little bit north of the starting area here. That's the beam. I think, yeah, that's the beam up there. So we came up the beach and over a little bit. We're going to explore part of the island that you guys might not have seen yet. This is kind of the upper portion of the island above the second beam there. So we're going to go check that out. And if you have any questions about the game or anything, feel free to ask. We'll start with just a little bit of kind of walkthrough and showing off this part of the island. And then we're going to talk about some of the upcoming features in the game. So yeah, here's our set of creatures. Just lost stuff. Hang on one second. Okay. That was interesting.
Okay. You dropped off for a bit.
Yeah. Google Hangouts decided I needed to log in. Again. So that's always fun when that happens. Okay, so yeah, we have our creatures. I have my little dog chicken with a mohawk and beard. Snarky's got her riding llama giraffe dog. And John has a cat sheep llama with horns. So we're going to take these and we're going to start heading up this way. And yes, just we're in adventure mode. I can see some interesting creatures off there in the distance, so we're going to head over that way, I think. Appear to have some giraffe chicken things. These are the dub sheep. They are two sheeps joined together with these lovely giraffe tail heads. They're pretty weak, though. There's a herd of them, but there's a herd of us, too, so we should be able to take those once our creatures get over here.
Yeah. Come on, stack.
No problem.
And they flee in terror. That's nice.
Okay, so while we're making our way over this way, do we want to talk a little bit about what we've been working on, John?
Yeah, sure. We're overhauling the whole creature AI and prep for adding new things like abilities and getting the game, also making the game play better as far as like things like combat and other things like that. So we've redesigned the whole system, starting to come together. Hopefully we'll have something to show you guys, maybe a clip or something by next week.
Oh yeah, we should probably do like a party together.
Oh yeah. And we're also adding a lot more to the animation system to kind of empower these features. So creatures should be able to like strike, swing limbs, that type of stuff, and be more expressive.
Yeah, so a big part. Well, welcome to the Twitch chat, Van Dracoric. Yeah, we think it's a interesting and sometimes very weird game. That's something as we're continuing to develop and work on the game, we don't want to lose the weirdness. It's actually kind of, we think, a big feature of the game. What kind of limbs are planned? Question from Tycho the Pug. So, right now, the game really only identifies chains that have mouths or eyes on them as like necks. We want to add better handling for stuff like arms and the tails, so to support things like scorpion type activity. So we want you to be able to have like a tail that has something on it. Now that'll do strikes from behind the creature, and having arms that can try to reach out and hit things a little bit without needing it to be a mouth on the end. So the type of limbs will be basically all depending on the types of end blocks you put on those chains, and then additionally you'll have additional abilities that will be unlocked by having this sort of setup. So a lot of this is just a little slow and annoying to have to do it, but it gives us a much bigger potential in terms of what we can do with the creatures. And it goes along with creating the more interesting AI and movement for the creatures. So right now, they have a bunch of different states, and they are interesting, fun characters, but we want to make them even more interesting and more differentiated. So we all have these kind of hodgepodge creatures. They all act relatively similarly right now, and we want to make that even more differentiated. So when I build my dog chicken, it's clearly acting like I would expect, or maybe not expect, but it's acting like a dog chicken will act in the game, not just oh, it's another hybrid. So that's kind of one of the big goals of our current push here, as well as supporting a lot more fun abilities to add. So right now here we're coming up on kind of the edge of the forest and the tropical areas. You can see we have some. Oh, that is a huge herd of anger sheep. Oh, that's don't attack those. That's going to be bad. And these are goat stalkers, or stalk goats. So yeah, with this huge of a group of anger sheep, and they're just slowly making their way through, you don't want to mess with these guys. So they're not that strong individually. You can see 49 health, 74 or 7.4 attack. So Crispy Pumpkins had the comment, middle mouse or numpad would probably be a good idea for stinger uses. So that kind of goes into some of our future plans for kind of how. Oh, I don't have a torch. It's gonna get dark here.
I got one.
Okay.
You want one?
Yes, please. Just say drop it and I'll pick it up. Thank you.
Yep.
The AI controls the creature's ability usage, Crispy Pumpkins. It's not something that's directly player controlled yet. We do have the aspiration to have either whistle commands to trigger specific abilities, or perhaps when you're mounted on a creature, you could have a more strong, something more than just, oh, I'm riding it, control its movement. I also now get access to its abilities to trigger at my leisure. And Tycho the Pug asks, is a herd of anger sheep / pigs called a rage?
It is now.
Yeah, we'll have to get back to you on the nomenclature to ask our chicken scientist to get on that immediately. And now I'm walking through the long grass in the middle of the night at the edge of the forest.
That's another interesting thing we can bring up. And with the new AI, creatures sensing got overhauled as well. So in the future, at nighttime, you can, and even during the daytime, you can actually hide in the grass, long grass like this, and the creatures have a harder time seeing you, so you can kind of sneak up on them. And in the new version coming up, they have additional sensing, so sense of like hearing and sense of smell will be added, so you can confuse creatures by throwing like rocks behind them and things like that to take advantage of the sensing. But they also will track you better as well.
Yes. So it's something you'll notice. We put out periodically a poll kind of about what abilities you the players, want to see in the game moving forward, and camouflage and other sorts of visual controls and sneaking was really high on the list for most people. So that's something we're definitely going to make sure as part of this AI improvement that kind of becomes a huge part of the game. My poor... Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Because we want you to be able to, both you and your creature, to be sneaking around, and that requires understanding, other creatures understanding that you're visible or not visible, and all those things become part of it.
We also have the idea that certain creatures might like certain environment aspects, so like maybe snakes are hidden in the grass, so it might not always be a safe place for you to go.
I'm sorry you feel that way, Jonathan. Anything in particular that you don't like about the game? Okay, so now you can see we're transitioning more into the dense forest area. So you have these huge redwood. Or what are they? They're sequoias, I think. And part of one of our more recent changes makes every single one of these blocks will drop if you can break it. But they take a attack of 60, which I totally do not have right now.
Did light them on fire, though.
I tried, it just bounced off.
That's
Something
on
got
fire.
over fire there.
Yeah.
Pick the pine tree lit. Yeah, it only takes a 20, so my creature can hit that. Okay, let's try to move in a bit here further. So I'm running blindly into the forest. I have a torch. I hear a snake. Let's keep an eye out for that. Snakes are really dangerous at this point in the game. They have a poison attack. Yes, that is something I have on my to-do list for the creature animation system, is to make body blocks that touch with the ground will slither back and forth as the creature moves. I get under here? Yes. So yes, when I'm done with it, the snakes will slither. They're also probably, because of all of John's fun fixes in the AI, will be attempt to stay in the grass, so the long grass will get very, very terrifying. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, I didn't build a bed. I just now realizing there was no bed made. Oh, we killed it?
Oh, it's still around.
Oh, Jesus.
Over here somewhere.
Oh, that scared the crap out of me. Oh.
I found it.
My creature is gonna die. No, I wasn't quick enough.
I tried to feed him a pumpkin. I'm sorry.
It's
I got
okay.
bit by the poison.
Don't die. There aren't scorpions in the game yet, Rambus. We do have actually all of the. I think we have all of the art assets and blocks are ready to go. Oh, there's this game.
No. Oh.
Every creature is down.
And we're all dead. We can do it. We can do it.
Oh, I'm poisoned. Nope. Now we're done.
I killed it.
Quick, pick
You
up the
got
parts
one.
because we're about to get respawned because I forgot to.
Oh man.
It's okay. It'll take us to the beam. I'll be able to revive all my creatures.
I think I picked up most of your stuff that was in your inventory when you dropped it.
Oh, that's good. Okay, my creatures are all revived now. So yes, Rambus was asking, is there scorpions in the game? Not yet. We do have all the assets for it. So it will be something that will be in the game. But it was something we held off on because we didn't want to put a scorpion in the game until we were at the point where we could also...
Well, it needs all this animation stuff we're
Right.
currently working on.
If we're going to have a scorpion, that tail better be able to strike things, and its claws better be able to attack. So that was something that was really important to us to make sure it happened. So I'm going to go ahead and jump the time forward for the purposes of this stream so that we're not in the dark the whole time. So a classic blunder there. Always build a bed should be one of your first things to build in chicken. If you don't want to have to leg it. Okay, so that's where the beam was, so we were up this way. As you can see, there's also things that are much more terrifying than scorpions already in the game. It's also something we're going to be analyzing as we move forward with the game. Now that we're focusing so much heavier on having our creatures feel distinct and separated, we might be rolling back some of our current creatures. They're not really different enough yet. But that's something, hopefully with time, we'll end up with an even larger list of more compelling creatures. Tycho the Pug asks, will flying creatures have sort of stamina so that flying isn't too overpowered? If we bring flying in, absolutely, we'll have to do it in a way that is balanced. A big question with that is going to be whether or not it makes a lot of sense to bring in flying like that. If flying is going to end up feeling not tons and tons of fun, then why are we bringing it into the game? So that's going to be something that, as we move forward with this focus on improving creature abilities and the interest in what creatures can act like and what they can do, that'll become part of that. Likely flying would not be part of this first initial push into abilities, but it's not something that's completely off the table yet. But it's something, we're already back in the forest. I completely went way too... I need to stay north. This iron? Yeah, that's not breakable. Okay. Should be up here. Oh, am I gonna run along here? Let's get some torches. Okay, should be around here somewhere. Ah, there it is. Found our base. Huh. So that was terrifying. Going into the forest at night.
Not the best idea.
No, it was poorly. Who came up with this plan? It was totally not me. So Tycho the Pug is asking, will maps be implemented so you can find your homestead? In some way, yes. In some way, we are definitely going to add some tools to make it a lot easier for you to find where you have built things. Whether it be just a map that has some parts of it automatically populated, or something else along those lines. But that is definitely something on our roadmap that we are going to bring into the game.
We want to focus on the creatures right now, really getting that part to shine, and then we're going to come back to things like the adventure mode and other stuff.
Yes.
Kind of overhaul that.
Okay. So, new goal, instead of trying to dive blindly into the forest, we need 8 chicken blocks so that we can build a bed. Ooh, what's in here? A couple horns, that might be useful. Some additional creature parts. And yes, so Multador, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, asked, do you hear chicken? In my sleep at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
All the time.
Yes.
We can breed this dog chicken guy to get some chicken blocks. We just need some reeds. I got plenty of food.
Okay.
Let's see. Collect some of these.
How many do we have any right now?
We need reeds. I don't have any reeds right now, but there's some.
I have 4.
How many do we need?
16. So I have 6. Need 10 more.
I just picked 2.
There are
7, 8,
2 chicken blocks on my creature too that we can steal.
9. I have 9.
We need 16
10.
total.
Yeah, I have 10 so far.
There you go.
11.
1 more.
We need 5 more. There's more over here.
I got 2 here.
Make 12. I got 14.
I got 2 right here if you want. Come towards me.
Okay, I'll come back.
There's one to build it near our base.
Yeah. Okay, awesome.
I think I see the base, yeah. So, another question around the YouTube channel. Could you add something like a demon? So we have some creatures. You can probably build a lot of things would be considered a demon already with the parts in the game. So we have dragon blocks, we have mechanized dino parts, and
Goats are a big one. You got the horns, the legs.
Horns.
yep, we have horns. There's elephant tusks, dragon spikes. If you look at our workshop, you can see lots of people have created things that would be considered. All right, so let me tell him to breed. Use hatchery.
To speed up the hatching process, you can feed your creature. So I have a bunch of hot dogs. I'm gonna feed this guy. And the bar goes up much, much quicker.
Yep. Oop, there's an egg.
There we go.
Egg, hooray!
So we can either crack it open and get a couple chicken blocks, or we can wait. Waiting's gonna take a while, so we should probably hatch it open.
Yep. Oh, wait. He's being a little protective of his egg. You are now, let's see, where's the, no, I'm done. Stay.
Oh, I don't know if it's gonna listen. That's part of the AI. Oh, actually, it is. Oh, the other guy got in there.
No, don't pick up that. No, you ate the dog mouth. Let's see, I only got 1 chicken block out of that.
Oh man. Well, you know why? So it's not really explained in the game yet, but the amount of time the egg has been there is how many blocks you get. So we didn't wait at all.
A bunch of blocks spawned. We were okay with that. It was just it selected.
If you wait longer, more blocks will spawn.
Okay, so we could have gotten all the blocks if we waited longer.
Yeah, but you have to wait and have time for that.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, it was cool to show that off.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to hunt some chickens.
Yep.
There's some striders over there.
Found a couple of parts laying around. No chicken blocks though. Where was the striders? Oh, no, that's a sheep block.
That's a sheep. Striders were over by the rock formations over here, I think.
All right, let's head over that way. So Crispy Pumpkin comments on Twitch. Would be cute to see something made of yarn like a voodoo animal. Likely beyond the scope of what we're currently trying to do, but part of our large plan for chicken does open up the possibility of modding, which means creating your own blocks or your own visuals for blocks, so you could totally do that.
There's a guy.
Couple other questions on YouTube. One was try building a Giratina. I have no idea what that is, so not able to do that yet. Other question was, how about a beacon crafting recipe to find the location of your house? So we did tinker around with. Oh, I'm starving right now in game. We did create and tinker around with making a portable, structure that you can build that creates a beam just like the ones in the big world. The problem became actually a distance issue, so those beams are done in a special way so that they are always loaded in your game, while a structure would unload once you got far enough away from it. I think it's really complicated if you were to put that block on top of, say, another block.
Yeah.
So it's something we shelved for right now because it would take too much time to execute properly. But it is something we will eventually have better.
We know it's an issue.
Yep.
Yeah.
Haha, I got it. I don't think I got any chicken blocks. What is this? Oh, it's a legendary Pokemon. I'm showing my age. It's outside of Generation 1. I don't...
Okay.
That's as far as I went with Pokemon. I see... Oh, there's a chicken Gotosaur over that way. That's made up of a lot of chicken blocks. Everyone else has much faster legs than my creature. Get him!
Yeah.
Get in there! Yeah! That's Chicken Goliath.
Oh, it's running.
So now if we were really smart, we would have just tamed it and then taken it apart.
That's too time consuming. Actually, though, we should have probably done that.
That's another fun thing you can do, especially with a lot of food. If you see a herd of animals, it takes a bit of extra time, but by...
So I can steal these ones. I stole this guy's lunch. The lion dog, stole the chicken.
Here, I have a block. I'll drop
Perfect.
it.
Alright, I got 5.
I got 3, so I'll drop mine. Okay. Uh-oh.
That's me.
Oh, lion dog.
Oh, my guy died. It's the workbench. Make that real quick. Actually, we need a mill to make bread, don't we?
Yeah, we got a mill set up.
Yep.
Alright, good.
Yes, there are spider blocks in the game. We have a full tarantula you can build with. I will sign my...
It's all set.
Good job, Elvis dog. I just noticed his name was Elvis dog.
I just named him. That's why.
Oh, okay, good.
So somebody in chat mentioned. In Twitch chat, your chicken reminds me of Elvis. I gave him the pompadour, the chicken tail head. Okay, we now have a bed. So now I can walk this in. Put it right in the corner here. Set respawn location. Hooray!
Yay!
We did a thing.
Yay!
We did it.
No, there's lots of carnivores. Turtles are not even close to the only carnivores in the game. I'm in adventure mode right now, so I can't just directly open it, but there are...
Oh man, look at all these bouncing dogs. These are carnivores.
Yes, dogs are carnivores.
Actually, no, they're omnivores.
We do have dinosaur spines in the game. One of the questions is, could you add a thing the Spinosaurus has on its back? We have, oh, I can't even think of the name of the dinosaur right now. My inner child is disappointed. What's up?
Stegosaurus?
Yep, that's the one.
Yep. Stegosaurus, right. So we have Stegosaurus spines already in the game. You see this area up here in the north here is very resource rich. So while it's a little less of a direct route to the first beam, you have a much more easier ramp up of creatures. You do have some large herds to deal with, which is both good and bad. So one of the really great things you can do with a herd of that is a herd of chickens just took down.
They defended their egg. I don't know if they lost their egg. Yeah.
Yep. Now, of course, I'm swimming in chicken blocks.
Of course.
But anyway, so one great gameplay thing you can do if you're struggling in adventure mode at all is if you find a herd, essentially using food to tame one member of the herd will oftentimes mostly tame the rest of the herd. So you can end up by taming just one, it takes a little more effort, you can tame an entire herd of creatures which you can then either take apart or use as now your army to destroy things. Which can make a lot of the challenges people run into a little bit more manageable. Yeah, Ugly Llama is an appropriate name.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
He's so slow. Do I have any faster legs? I got llama limbs. Those are kind of weak. I'll give him some
That's
horns.
all snarky creature.
That's cool.
I didn't know you could do that.
Oh, you can ride? Yeah.
You can ride other people's bonded creatures.
So burrowing, the question about adding blocks that allow a creature to go underground. Right now, if it does, it is something we could theoretically do, but it's going to be... oh, I've reached the limit. I can only add one horn. It does not currently exist. That'd be part of our current ability thing that we're looking at doing right now. It is certainly something we could do. It would be something, though, that it would disappear underground, maybe leave like a mound behind it and then pop back up, so stuff like that. It wouldn't be oh, you can freely burrow through the ground now. Yeah, much more of a controlled ability like that. So now we have a nice end of the sunset here on Chicken Beach.
Can I send him somewhere while you're riding him? Or will he just away?
I don't think he'll take commands as someone's riding.
Yeah, he won't.
Yeah, we'll probably change that. You probably should not ride other people's bonded creatures.
Well, you should be able to ride as a passenger.
Yeah.
Some other discarded dog parts here.
It looks like the dogs attacked the llamas.
Yes.
They defended themselves, and now they're over here just chilling.
Yes. So that's definitely a part of the game we're going to look to be expanding more as part of this AI thing, is to have these creature-to-creature interactions that naturally occur be a prevalent part of the game.
That dog is not happy. I'm gonna go away from it. Far away.
So let's just keep moving along this way for a little bit.
There's a question about adding arms to the game so creatures can grab stuff.
Yes.
Yep.
On the roadmap.
That's what we're currently working on, actually.
Yes.
That
So part
that system.
There's kind of two parts to that. One is supporting moving arms to grasp a target, which we've just now added. Partially, like that's what I've been working on for the past week, couple weeks, for a while. And then second to that is going to be adding the animations for a arm to reach out and pick up something. So when we say arm, that's the other thing. Right now, the only arms, quote-unquote arms in the game are really just hanging legs. So when we've completed this kind of animation system we've been doing, there'll be a lot more options in terms of expanding the types of end blocks that we can have. So you could have arms, you could have a crab claw that reaches out and picks stuff up. Or maybe a cat paw will pick up food and bring it to its mouth. So that creatures like this won't have to kneel every time it wants to eat. So let's go ahead and jump to sunrise. So as we've moved along this beach, you can see the creatures have started to get stronger and stronger. And actually there, I can see a snake over there. We got some hopping snakes over there. Those are really dangerous.
Yikes.
Oh, they're wimpy. They only have 38 health.
Yeah, but they do like 50-something damage. So it's if you can one hit them, that works. Otherwise, that happens. There we go. Ah, my inventory's full.
I got 2 of them.
Okay, good. I got it. I got the mouth.
Resurrect my dude. Actually, I can make a new guy.
Oxalots. I'd have to look up what those are exactly off the top of my head. Let me take a quick look. Oxalots.
Oh, I only have 1 leg.
Mexican salamander. That might be a definite possibility. We'll have to add that to our list of possible things because that could have some interesting abilities. Because so they're asking about. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing this right, so sorry if I am. But oxalots, which are a Mexican salamander type creature, might be interesting, especially if we give it some supernatural type abilities. So maybe we do a salamander that. Yes, we will eventually probably have saddlebags or some variation thereof to support putting more stuff on creatures to travel with. Okay, let's see what sort of legs can I put on here. Hedgehogs, I'm not certain. We've talked about maybe doing armadillos. Those would also add for some interesting armor type abilities. Because that's kind of what's going to be important to us moving ahead. We feel like we've demonstrated kind of the range of visual differences you can achieve with creatures in the game. But we want to do a better job of having those creatures act differently and have a true purpose of, okay, why are there these creatures in the game? So we want to make sure that as we add creatures in the future, you know, what purpose is this creature serving? Why would I want to build using this creature other than it just looks different? I mean, different looking is good, it's important, but it's something that we want there to be a lot more purpose to your building. How many chickens does it take to kill a dragon? That sounds like a future stream.
Yeah.
First, it would depend on what type of dragon. It might have a lot of trouble, because the chickens are going to be inherently terrified of the dragon, unless you had enough of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do factor in how many friends they have nearby.
I don't think I can take three of those buff-looking pigs by myself.
Oh, I'm here.
Let's see.
I got one, and we scared him away.
Got the other one. My inventory's full though. Parts.
Yep. So you can see with the especially with the spawning system, and the ease it is to oftentimes kill a bunch of creatures. It's much more easy to actually fill up your. Whoa! They are hungry. Do I have any meat to give this guy? I'll feed him some sheep heads. Now he's happy. So yeah, so now that we made it even further north, you can see there's this nice long plain area. So this might be a really great place to build a base before you make your push ahead. There's wide open spaces. You can at least see threats as they're coming, even at night. You can see there's some dangerous herds up ahead here, including some really creepy goat things. There's some horses though, which are always the horse legs are a really good thing to collect in the game. They're one of the fastest legs. There's taking. Oh, there's a herd of them. There's no way we're taking those down.
Of which? The horses?
Yeah, three horses.
Run away.
Yeah.
It's so fast.
Well, they'll easily get away, and they can outdamage us. The Infecto goats we can take. So in the YouTube channel, there's a suggestion about an event where a spaceship appears and starts to suck up creatures, and if you actually make it further in the game than we are currently, there's already poachers in the game who will show up and start to ruin your day. So we have a frog with abilities with no fall damage plus jump. That's definitely something that's within scope of what we're doing. We have a bunch of jump animations for our current creatures that I have to implement, and then work in with the rest of the ability system in the game. Cluxina and Nacine are doing fine. They live on in their save game / the workshop, where you can, I believe both are available in my workshop, GWW2. Now as we're moving through the forest, again, this time a little bit less dangerous, I hope. Now that we've each, I think we have a couple snake-based creatures, those are much stronger. It's so quiet and all I can hear is my own snake creature hissing.
Yeah, creepy.
It's with so much noise that oftentimes goes on in this game. When it's finally quiet, it's a little disconcerting, to say the least.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Very unsettling.
Yeah. It's quiet. A little too quiet. That's right when they get you. Dogs over there. I won't mess with those. You can see we're headed right for the first beam after the starting beam. Haven't gotten lost yet. Definitely something having a map and even just a compass of some sort, maybe separate items or something like that's going to help a lot. That light chicken doesn't see us coming, so we're going to go ahead and kill him.
Nice. That was easy.
Jumped on the stack.
So we have a question on YouTube. Are you going to add swimming creatures? Imagine piranha things just swarming any creature that steps into the water. So we do already have a fair number of aquatic-like creatures. Just excellently timed question as we have a couple pigopedes here.
Oh no.
I'm going to back up from that. Whatever happens, happens. We will almost certainly be populating the water a bit more than it is currently. There's still a big question in terms of how creatures move and work within the water might be something that's up to debate, because we don't want to be spending tons and tons of time building out a whole movement system for creatures underwater when it's not necessarily a central focus of the game in a lot of places. So that becomes kind of the big balancing act that we have to consider when we're adding these new features in new areas. It's like, oh yeah, it'd be cool to have swimming creatures, but 99% of the game takes place not near the water, so you'll likely have swimming creatures, but they won't be dramatically different from land creatures. Plus, there's always the option of you build your water creature, then throw legs on it, so now it's going to walk around. It might have preference, the wild versions would have preference to stay near the water, but you could bring yours anywhere. Okay, so we're getting real close here. We just need to cross this this lake. So this is what underwater looks like now. You see the creatures will just go underwater, they're cool with it. Players swim. Creatures just kind of run on the ground. Now the creatures aren't going to like being in the water, so they're like... I should be able to get up this. Okay,
yeah, easy way is to unspawn them. Spawn them again.
Yeah, so the creatures are trying to follow us, but they're like, oh, I don't want to go underwater because I can't swim. So we can despawn them and respawn them because they're our bonded creatures. Boom. Easy peasy. So yes, Multi is continuing on with his, in the YouTube chat, the idea of having... I'll describe it. Alien-type creatures with AI that do things differently or better than players, and that's literally, you're describing a lot of the facets of the poachers that currently exist in the game. So that is definitely something.
We have art for our spaceship for the poachers. It's not in the game yet.
Yes, we're still nailing down the exact storyline around the poachers, so we don't want to necessarily exactly. Oh yeah, they're aliens, because they might not be. They might use ships to travel, they might not. We're still figuring out the real, total story to Chicken, which is something that will be revealed through the gameplay in some ways in the future. That is something that is currently very much in progress. Okay. I think we're going to end up just making it to the this first beam, so we'll take on the boss as our final challenge for the stream. Herd of horses here we'll never be able to catch, so we'll just run past those. Remember to feed myself. Uh-oh, John.
I should not have done that.
It's okay, you'll respawn. Oh, my dog got killed.
I wanted to crack the egg. It didn't like that.
No, those feather horses do not like it when you mess with their eggs.
There are dogs coming after you, Greg.
It's cool.
You should flee.
My creature's here.
Okay, they left. I saw your creature and got scared away.
Good. Okay, I need to respawn.
Okay, you gotta take 10 steps towards me. I just want to pick up my stuff.
Yes, one second. You able to reach now?
Where's my bag? Should be here. Kind of lost it. fine. Where I died, but I don't see it.
Okay. Alright. So here we are. We made it to the first beam through an unconventional method. That's leaving us with a couple of slightly stronger creatures. Making sure everyone's health is looking pretty good. A little bit is. Alright. So let's move in here a little cautiously. Let's take out some of these trees here. Making it very difficult to see the boss within. Oh, did we pick a fight with the dogs out here?
Try to feed it. They don't like that.
Oh, here come the others.
Damn it. I just want a creature.
There we go.
I'm standing on your bag, so...
Oh, there's nothing in the bag.
Okay.
Oh.
Now that I have some blocks, I can resurrect my guy.
Yeah.
I got a ton of blocks here if you need any.
Okay. Let's see what we got. I'm probably gonna need more.
I could resurrect my cart. I think I'm gonna have to let Elvis dog go. Because I have much better blocks to build with now than I had when I built him. Pig does it at 15. Yeah, dog snaps are stronger. Yeah. The sad rule of adventure mode is creatures might need to be replaced. For this? No. Okay. Perfect. So he's much stronger than Elvis was. Yes.
I got the pug says you should name him Wolf Cena.
Wolf Cena? You guys really like John Cena. All right.
Yeah.
I'll have to start naming all of mine after famous older wrestlers from when I was a kid.
Zeus. Hulk Hogan. You know Roddy Piper in there.
Yeah, Andre the dog.
Andre the dog.
That's a good one.
Okay. Okay. We're moving in here. There's the beam. Oh, there's the creature.
Oh, there he is. Whoa.
Whoa, I didn't see anything.
Oh,
No!
Oh, I'm gonna get killed.
Oh, I spawned in a hole. Oh well. Oh, that's kind of funny.
He's poison.
Yes, yeah.
Drumsticks poisoned him.
Can I get to the egg?
Yeah, okay.
Got the
Did
relic.
it.
Creatures revive.
Nice. I just hope he doesn't see you.
Luckily, the that part of the game hasn't been put in yet. Part of John's stuff.
He's not happy though.
Whoopsina does not want to deal with that wild boss meter. So you can see he has 816 health and 59.8 attack. So definitely really strong, tough to deal with at this point in the game. Really, the only way to defeat him would be to have a much larger group of creatures to deal with.
Or better items.
Better items also
You
would
can
help a
go-
lot.
Yeah, you can go do the crafting portion of the game, gather armor and weapons and stuff, so that you can help your creatures.
Yep. So yeah. So the other thing, now that we've snuck in and done a drive-by of stealing the beam, we could go out and build stronger creatures now, and then take down the boss. But this is definitely something that'll be tuned as once we have finished our whole AI and ability thing and start to look back towards adventure mode and improving this whole experience. So I think that's going to be it for us for today. We actually have to get back to work. It is a lot of fun. We really love this time we get to play the game, but so much of it also has to be based on, oh, he's going to kill me.
Oh god.
I turned on the lights and now he sees me.
Oh my god.
Quick, abuse the pathfinding. Abuse the pathfinding.
Serpentine.
Serpentine, Beb. Yeah. So again, thank you for joining us. I'll go ahead and post some links for you guys in the... we have stuck through to the end here. I'll post a link. Here is our Steam forum. If you have any questions or issues at all with the game, please let us know there. And if you haven't purchased the game yet, please check out. This is the store page that I'm pasting now. So yeah, so those are the kind of the key thing. Oh, and I'm dead. I was all tabbed, and as soon as I all tabbed back in.
I like how all our episodes end with us dying.
Well, we plan, but we rarely plan enough because we're trying to fit in a stream in between developing always gets a little dicey. But yeah, so again, everyone, thanks for joining us. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the stream. We'll look forward to seeing you all next week. And please join us in game. We'll have a server set up over the weekend for people to join and show off your building. So yeah, so this is Chicken, and thanks for joining us.